is happening, sports fans? It is your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5 Pack. I'm not rocking it solo. I'm with my boy, the DFS Patriot. Really happy to be on here with him on Monday. It's November 22nd. We're talking some Monday Night Football. Before he even says what's up, I got to give him major shouts for the Pats D call on Thursday night because they basically took everything down. You need them as your captain in terms to really do any damage. Down, they had like 25 sacks. They didn't allow any points. Great call, bro. What's happening on Monday today?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, hey, shit, when you make a call like that, you don't expect it to do that, but when it does, damn, you look pretty. No, I'm excited to make this video.
And I was, like I told you, I thought that game was going to be when Atlanta looked like garbage the week before. New England looked like world beaters. Well, same thing happened. New England looks good, man. You could easily make the case that they're, you could make the case they're the favorites to come out of the AFC. I don't personally think so, but you could make the case. And
yeah,
I will say, you have been talking about how the Bills are frauds. They do not look great right now.
The Bills look terrible, and there's not a better time for them to do that with, I mean, really, for the Patriots, this is a huge stretch for them. So, I mean, I know we're going to go a little off topic, but the Patriots have the Colts, the Bills, the Titans this week, and then I think they have, like, Miami at the end of that, which is, like, fine, whatever. It's a big stretch for them.
They play the Bills twice.
Then the Miami's the week after that. So, yeah, so 2 Bills. I mean, this is if we go 3-1 here, this could be the division.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the way New England's D is playing right now, Kansas City looks good also. But, man, you're talking about if New England has, like, home field in the AFC, it's hard not to say they're the favorites. They're playing good ball right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I don't want to overhype it.
Like, how the NFL works, I'll just say, like, a month ago or 5 weeks ago, New Orleans went into New England and absolutely demolished them. I mean, beat them down. Now New Orleans lost in Tennessee. They just lost in Philly yesterday. It's like as the NFL turns, bro, week to week, it's just so different. New England's on a high ride right now, though. Like, they've won a few in a row. They're one of the more consistent teams in the league at this moment.
Right, yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, we were 2-4, and, it wasn't looking very hopeful. But, we're riding the wave with, Mac, he's doing nothing special, but he's managing games. He's making the pass he needs to make. He's doing nothing flashy. And like you said, the defense has come to play. So I don't want to be overly optimistic over here, but God, when we were 2-4, I was like, okay, there's always next year. And now I'm already like, oh boy.
Yeah, because they're a real dominant team. So, like, even though New England's not like it's certainly not the best New England team you've seen. Like, it won't take that this year because there is no team like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it reminds me in a sense of how the AFC was in 2001, Brady's first year when Bledsoe got hurt. The AFC really had no one. The Steelers were the quote-unquote team with, what's his name? Cordell. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it was like, you know what I mean? It was like,
man.
And I don't want to, put my eggs, but what would the ratings look like if the Super Bowl ended up as Bucs Patriots?
I mean, it'd be unreal.
Oh my God, be the highest of all time. But don't want to get myself ahead of the game. Speaking of the other side of that,
the other team on the other side of the equation, there isn't playing their best ball at all. Two straight losses. It's a nice segue into this showdown tonight because we've got the Giants at Tampa. Daniel Jones' first like road start. I know his best game ever as a pro came in Tampa a couple years ago. The Giants won that game. You know me, I love underdogs. I even like the Falcons on Thursday night. I think Tampa absolutely rolls here. I think they destroy the Giants. I know they're not playing good ball right now. Their defense is the biggest issue, but I want as much Tampa as I can get on this slate. I think it's the popular way to go. I just think it's the way to go. And I like Brady, Godwin, Fournette, Evans, and the Buccaneers D. I mean, those are my main 5. I can make this a real quick video. I'm not sure if Gronk plays. If he's in, I think he's in play, but he's kind of expensive. If he's out, I think you can look at the Brates and O.J. Howards of the world, but it just makes me like the Godwin and Evans more. Fournette, though, I like one of those guys a lot. I can't imagine not playing any of them.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it looks like Gronk's going to play, which, so be it. He'll probably be at
Gronk's going to play, but are you sure that's like
it says right here, he seems optimistic he'll return. Yeah.
But he's sat out. I know he was a full participant and then sat out practice. Maybe they were just resting him. I had always heard he was probably going to play here. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm in the same boat as you, though. I mean, I feel the exact same way with this week. It's like, it's one of those things where, I mean, quite frankly, you have a far superior team at home playing a team who is far inferior. And Saquon is still questionable. So that, I mean, there's your alpha piece right there.
see, I agree with you, but this is why, like, I hate, and why I often take the other side of it. Because while you're not wrong, like, I think that the difference between any NFL teams in terms of like how inferior one is to another is very small. Like, for instance, Houston and Tennessee yesterday. So, like, while you're right, the Giants are definitely the inferior team. Like, this isn't like Ohio State versus like, Miami, Ohio. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They're very rarely will like one pro team be like so dominant over another. Like, it'll happen game to game, but you get my point there. That's why it's hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I usually hate the chalk, but tonight it's just hard to get away from, man, because you got a mad Tampa team with a pretty like narrow target tree. You know where the ball's going.
Yeah.
And then, man, like, I feel like the Bucs D has been awful, but like this is their time to shine. So I don't know. I don't give the Giants like any shot here, and usually I'm all over the dog.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I hit the not the Giants, the Bucs -9 on Thursday, and it's now up to 11.
Yeah, I mean, the public's like not even on Tampa that hard here because they've been so bad recently. So like,
right,
they seem to be kind of in split. Some people wanting the points here. I think Tampa just absolutely rolls. My favorite piece of the Giants is Kyle Rudolph because he's cheap as hell. I don't really like any of their receivers even. Like, I kind of said this when I did the primetime write-up last night. I think all the receivers for the Giants are in play because they're going to have to throw, and I could see using any of them, but not one of them stands out to me. How about you?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, again, we know the way to get through, to the Bucs is through the air, but again, it's Daniel Jones and the Giants who don't have that. I think you really need to watch, Booker and Saquon Barkley, because Elijah Penny is in play in a very low cost. If you really want to stack those big name Tampa pieces, which is what I've looked into, right? He's a guy who's going to get the carries. He can catch out of the backfield. He's not going to do nothing. Hurt? Booker's hurt. He's questionable going into tonight.
Because if Barkley's supposed to play, if Barkley and Booker play, I don't think he's going to get any touches.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to watch. Like, and we don't care really much about the Giants side, but you got to look at it.
Oh, you have to use a guy from the Giants. I mean,
right.
That's why I said my favorite guy from the Giants is Kyle Rudolph, only because he's so cheap.
Right. Right. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, I'm literally going for what is the cheapest yet potentially like upsided Giant I can play with the entirety of the Bucs, and that's how I'm looking at tonight. I'm
with you, 100% with you.
And I think the other thing is too, even if Saquon's in and Booker's out, okay, so Penny's running back 2. At running back 2 at what, 1.2? I mean,
yeah, definitely. If one of them's out, I think he's a strong play. But if both are in, he's not.
Okay, so he's 800. My bad.
Yeah, you were looking at captain prices.
Yep, right. Do not captain him. So yeah, I mean, but again, I think Kyle Rudolph is a very feasible play at his price tag for who he is, what he's going to do.
I like Penny more. I like Penny more if one of the running backs are out. But if they're both in, I like Rudolph more.
Yep, agree. And I think you just play down there, and then you can finagle who's your captain. I mean, I think perfect world. I think you want Brady as your captain tonight. He'll be the cashy way to go. So if you want to do a little zigging and zagging, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I think Fournette could be a good captain as well, and again at a cheaper cost. But again, that's you're talking a couple thousand. So that's the difference between playing Kyle Rudolph if you need to, or playing Elijah Penny.
I was also honestly thinking about playing the Bucs D at captain, not because like I think they're a better play than Brady or them, but you can fit all of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're way down here, right? Where the hell are they?
They're
78, yeah.
52 captain.
Yep. So I mean, you can do that too.
They're 52 at flex. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's no argument. It's very similar to me to what we did on Thursday.
If we don't like any of the Giants like offensive players, we probably like Tampa's D, right?
That's usually how that works. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I'm thinking about it. Like,
Right.
I do think in tournaments, like, if you want to play if you want to stack the Giants, like, no one's going to, I mean, people will do that, but it will be the much less owned side.
Yeah.
It's just not where I'm going to put my money tonight.
No, if you really want to get ugly like that, I mean, I think if that's the case, if you feel like you're gonna stack the Giants, you almost have to put Leonard Fournette at captain, and then just stack Giants underneath them. Is how I would go if you wanted to do that. But again, not where I'm putting my cash.
Yeah, or I would captain like Daniel Jones.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, I haven't even thought about that because it's just not what I'm doing.
Yeah, same. I mean, I just want all these. Like, that's the thing. Like, even with Tampa's D, a captain, you play, like, plug it in and then play. Because I want all these guys. I want Brady, Evans, Fournette, Godwin. You can't captain anyone else and get all of them. You know what I mean?
Right. And you can get Elijah Penny there.
This is where I would use Penny easily.
Right.
You could take a 0 here, I feel like. I mean,
you could really just pick. Yeah, this kid right here. Great.
Exactly.
Colin Johnson. Yep. You're going to get a couple snaps. Hopefully you catch one and go off.
Right. I mean, exactly. If you catch 2 balls there, like, you're golden. Because my thing is, like I said, I don't love Tampa's D. I do like them, but if you captain Fournette or Brady, you have to leave out Evans or Godwin. And I get that. You could leave one out, but I don't want to leave one out.
Yeah, no, I don't want to leave one out either. And if I had to, because obviously people are going to say, well, pick which one do you. I think you go with. I think this is a Godwin game. I don't know. I think I just do. I don't know why. Just my hunches. I think it's a Godwin game.
Yeah, I always like Godwin a little more, like, especially when he's a little cheaper. But he'll be more popular than Evans because of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it.
He averages more DK points and he's cheaper. He'll be more popular. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
It's just what it is, like, in my opinion. I don't even think. I mean, I like all of them. Like, the reason I want that is because I can't decide. Not saying that it's like a bad move to leave one of them out, but I really can't decide. Even if both running, I know I'm going to go back to what I said. Just because of that lineup right there, even if both Barkley and Booker play, I might still use that line with Penny, knowing that I'll probably take a 0 there.
Right, just knowing that you're going to get all the offense from the other side.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, for sure.
So, I don't know. Kind of like a weak, like, showdown slate. But I'll say this, and whenever I had made these videos with Ryan, I like to ask him, like, how much exposure would you want of this game if it were, like, on the main slate yesterday? And I'll tell you what, I would have liked Tampa quite a bit here. I like this spot for Tampa. I would have had a lot of interest in Brady, Fournette, Evans, Godwin, and their D. Just like I like them tonight. Like, I'm not saying they would have been like the locks of all lock yesterday, but they all would have been in play for me. I think Tampa shows up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think if this was a main slate game, it would have definitely I probably would have ended up stacking Brady, Fournette, Godwin, and then probably the defense.
My biggest problem with using it on a main slate game is I don't trust the Giants and score here.
Well, right, but even in games where the Bucs have been up big, it's not like Brady stops throwing.
True, but like I wouldn't want to use Brady. Like I wouldn't. Okay, for me personally, I wouldn't use their offense and their D on like together just because I want it's hard to get the upside from the D if you use the offensive pieces too.
Right. But I mean, if you look, right, so 38-3 through 36 times, 45-17 through 41 times. Right. I mean, 48-25, 36. I mean, the lowest he's thrown all year is 34 times.
Yeah, I mean, ideally he's the captain. I'm with you.
Right. I mean, it just makes it difficult. If you captain him, I mean, you can't do what we want to do here.
Honestly, if I'm captaining him, I'm probably not going to play the D. But like, I want the D.
Right.
And
right.
I mean, there aren't really 2 guys down here I want to use.
Yeah. No. I mean. Because if you went Rudolph, that leaves you 14. I mean, you could go Rojo, who's been shunned to the bench, but
dude, he doesn't even play anymore.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's not much to do down here. If you captain him, you lose. You're gonna lose one of the top guys.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
just how it is.
It's just what it is. So that's the concession you have to be willing to make. And I don't think it's a bad concession at all.
Right.
I mean, because the thing about the D captain is like, if they don't score a touchdown and like the offenses go off, I mean, the D captain's not going to win them. You might still catch because you have the offense, but like if they don't score a touchdown, they're going to need to like pitch a shutout, which is always tough. So D captain is only tournaments, I would say, but I kind of like it tonight because Daniel Jones turns the ball over. I think that their D's been much maligned after that like 15-minute drive the Redskins went on last week to finish the game. I think they show up tonight.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I forgot what his name was, but Tyler Johnson is another. If you want to get rid of, say, you want to get off Mike Evans, right?
Yeah.
You can go Tyler Johnson here,
and then if you actually build
Bucs defense, and then that's too many. But you could even again, there's ways to go here that I think it makes it a lot more feasible. Like you could go from Godwin up to Evans, leaving you 28, which gets you Rudolph. I mean, I'm not playing the Giants defense. There's no chance in hell. Maybe
Brady in there, you don't use Fournette, and you use Fournette instead of Godwin, or Godwin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You go here, and then 34 gets you. Is that a kicker? Nope, Slayton, which
that's fine. Better than the other options below him.
Right. So like fine.
Like exactly. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Definitely different ways to go. I don't think I like the Tyler Johnsons of the world enough to use them, but this is also why I don't play Showdown slates that much. All it's going to take is, one touchdown catch from Tyler Johnson to be viable.
Right, yeah. One play action where he slips through the safeties in the middle and Brady nails him, boom, 60 yards, touchdown.
Even like that Darden or like whoever. I mean, there's multiple guys.
Yeah, who the hell was the guy last week that was like, we don't know who this kid, right? Grayson, was that him? He had one catch. Yeah, one catch for. Yeah, no, one catch.
And both of them did. Remember, we looked at it. Darden and him did.
Yeah. Where the hell's Darden? Right here. He's up to 600 now. He's jumped his price tag.
Oh, I guess they both didn't have a touchdown, but he had a catch last week. I mean, if he gives you 1 for 29 tonight, he's going to be viable. My only problem with spending down on a Tampa guy here is like my spend down guy. I want it to be the Giants guy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I think the highest I would go is probably Graham Gano at 4K. Just because I think if they can move the ball enough, they might get a couple field goals, and that will be that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to move the ball enough for that, but I certainly get it.
I mean, perfect world. I heard perfect world. Booker's out, and I can just go, Eli, and just hope for the best.
I agree with you.
So
also, the other thing I'm starting to think about Eli is like, man, if the Bucs really roll like that, like they're not going to be playing Saquon late. Booker, as you said, is hurt a little bit. Like Penny could conceivably get late run if Tampa's just rolling, even with both the running backs in. Like I would expect the 0, but I mean, listen, if you're like playing all Tampa, you expect them to roll here anyways,
Right. And I mean, you want to play devil's advocate. He's 1,200, right? Past 4 games, he's averaging 6 points. So, like, take that as what it is.
For sure.
So, I mean, I think this is, and I think, as a playing FanDuel as well, I've actually made a lineup it's stupid, but again, my only giant is Eli Penny.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, I want one of the running backs to be out, and the more I think about it, the more I like Penny, even if they're in, just because of how cheap he is. And then I mentioned it, Rudolph. I feel comfortable he'll get like 3 targets tonight.
Right.
If I had to bet who would outscore who, I think Rudolph outscores Penny. But
yes,
you like the savings for sure, so I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, it just again, if you don't
Rudolph in that lineup, I like.
What happened?
I can't fit Rudolph in that lineup. I like.
No, because it was who am I missing? Oh, Fournette, right? Oh, it wasn't Brady. It was Bucs captain.
Yeah, it was Bucs captain, just so you could fit all of them, because it's the only way to actually do it.
Right, Bucs. Yeah, because that left you 14. And obviously, you can't play OJ, you can't play Ronald Jones or Darden.
Exactly. So. You can't play any of those others. Like, this is where I definitely would play like a Darden, but you can't. And I'm not trying to use like Daniel Jones instead of Fournette.
Right, absolutely not.
So like that's why it's a little bit tricky.
Right, yeah, for sure. I mean, again,
I hate having to roster a giant guy. It's another reason I hate Showdowns. Not that you you shouldn't be able to just roster everyone from one team, but like, this is kind of what you were saying. Like, if this were on a main slate, you wouldn't be rostering anyone from the Giants. Neither would I.
No, like be a total pass.
Roster.
Right. I mean, again, you want to throw darts? He's a dart. John Ross is a dart. He can catch a deep one. But again, I think in that price range, I'm just going to stick with Eli Penny because I know, upside wise though, John Ross, if he breaks one, he has a better chance of breaking one than Eli Penny. So, but it's all garbage down there. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, agreed. It's all garbage down here. I mean, ultimately, it does look like a cash slate for me. But even in tournaments, I have no problem using like the lines we talked about in tournaments. Some people don't like to captain D's, although maybe it'll be a little more popular after the Thursday night game. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think most of my attention on it will go to NBA. That's just me personally. I'm excited to talk about NBA with you. I know that we're going to be making the NBA video too. So
yes, sir.
Sure. You got anything else?
No, that's it. No, appreciate the time and making the video again as always.
Yeah, I love making videos with you. We're going to be doing more of this, so hopefully you guys enjoy my boy here. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you as always. This is members only for the public, and we'll probably just do the same for NBA, just because it's Thanksgiving. I know people are busy, so trying to just give back a little bit, give you some free content.
There we go.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate it.